let's see if I can remember how to do this. It's been a very long time. My name is Anna. My pronouns are she, her. This is Anna's Books and Stitches, where I talk mainly about cross stitch, and I'll mention books every once in a while. But today is going to be just about cross stitch because I am doing my end of year 2024 WIP parade. I am going to be showing you all of my WIPs, which are work in progress, WIP, and kind of giving you some details, giving you some start dates, all of that kind of fun stuff, just to kind of go through and take a look at what I've worked on, what I have yet to finish, which is a lot of things, and kind of so I can kind of keep track of what I'm working on, how long I've been working on it, kind of pull out everything and look at it and kind of see is this something I want to continue working on? Is this something I want to get rid of? Is this something that needs to be stuck in a drawer and thought about for a while? All that kind of stuff. So yeah, I have my stack of WIPs here on this side. I've got my computer with Notion open on this side, so I can look at dates and material and all of that kind of fun stuff. And I'm going to try and use this ring light, even though it's got the reflections in my glasses, which probably don't drive anybody as crazy as they drive me. But it's fine. So these WIPs are not going to be in any kind of order whatsoever. I kind of just was pulling them out of their little cubbies behind me. And ironing them and kind of getting them going. So yeah, the first WIP that I have to show you is going to be Hard Sacrifice. This is a Forbidden Fiber Co. exclusive kit. It's a Downton Abbey kit. This one is of Branson. It says, sometimes a hard sacrifice must be made for something that's worth, for a future that's worth having. Remember, that's Branson in his chauffeur uniform. I started this one in April. I started this one at Stitch North. I brought it with me, and I kind of needed, because I was stitching on a lot of like tiny stitching at Stitch North, so I needed something that was a bit bigger to kind of clean my palette a bit, so I, wasn't so tiny, seeing tiny little things. So I originally started this over 2, and this is a 25 count Lugano. So I went from stitching 40 count over 1 to 25 count over 2, and the stitches felt like comically large. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever experienced. And I also wasn't sure if it would all fit on the material. I mean, I think it would have, based on the fact that this is kit material, but I ripped it out and then decided to do over 1 instead. So, where did it go? My pattern go. You guys, I'm already losing it. I'm losing my mind. There it is. All right, so this is where I'm at. So I am using the full kit stuff. This is the colorway Countess on this material. And this is the full width of the project. So, yeah. It is a paper pattern, so I don't know quite like stitch count or percentage or anything like that. But yeah, so this is Hard Sacrifice by Forbidden Fiber Co. I would say since since Branson is full coverage, that I've still got quite a ways to go. But it's okay, because I'm going to do it like block stitching. So that was Hard Sacrifice. I think I'm gonna try and keep track of how many total WIPs I have. I'll do it like in the corner, like down over here. Put little numbers like 1, 2, 3. So I can keep count because I don't, it's a lot of work. All right, WIP number 2 is my other Downton Abbey Forbidden Fiber Co. WIP. This one is Modern Tidings, and this one is Sybil. It says, "It's the gloomy things that need our help. If everything in the garden is sunny, why meddle?" And I originally saw this pattern on Bridget and the Museum Stitchers floss tube, and I absolutely fell in love, and so I bought it. And so this is where I was at the end of last year. During my Yule vlogs, I stitch on everything, put at least an hour into everything. But this is where I was at the end of the year last year. I can't remember where I'm at, so I don't know how much of progress has been made since then. I don't think it's a whole lot. This is where I'm at now, at the end of this year. I finished that portion of that pant leg. This is the same colorway material, Countess, only this is a, let's see. This is a 32 count linen. 32 count linen. Funny enough, I started Hard Sacrifice on April 28th, 2024. I started Modern Tidings on April 24th, 2023. So I started these almost a year apart, which is fun. I actually have a third one, which is the Maggie Smith Memorial one that they released. And maybe I'll start that one in April of 2025. So yeah, this is where I am at on that one. This is Modern Tidings. I would like to get more done on this year. I'm going to kind of go over my plans for 2025 at the end. But I would really like to get more done on this one. It's 2 years old, almost 3. No, it's almost 2 years old. So I would like to, put some time into it and kind of see what I can get done, but we'll see what happens. So that is number 2. All right. What's in here? These are all of the, so this is the color palette for Hard Sacrifice, all Forbidden Fiber Co. And this is the color palette for Modern Tidings. Very different color palettes, but still very Welcome back to the chaos, everybody. This is my life, it's chaos. Okay. So those are my Downton Abbey pieces. The next one is going to be a Mill Hill kit that I started it day after Christmas, so yesterday, because on Christmas, maybe I started it on Christmas. Yeah, I started this on Christmas Day because I wanted to do some Christmas stitching and then realized that I literally had nothing. Like my darling and Lindsay quirky Quaker stickers. Love them. So I pulled this Mill Hill kit out, and I am working on Scotch Pine Santa, which is this guy, and doing it just on all the kit stuff, so it's on perforated paper. This is where I'm at so far. So I've got working on his jacket, basically, and a little bit of his pants. But I'm putting this one away until next Christmas time, just because I'm not really a huge, obviously, Christmas stitcher. I love winter. Part of me wants to do more winter stitching this next year, but we'll see what happens. So that is WIP number 3. And the next one is another Forbidden Fiber Co. kit. This one was one of their Elements kits. This is Water Quaker by Michelle Bendy Stitchy. So I got the full kit, and I am doing it on the full kit, with the full kit. So this is where I'm at so far. However, caveat to that, I'm pretty sure all of this Quaker here, this outline of this Quaker, is in the wrong color. Pretty sure. I think it's supposed to be in the lighter color. It's the counting's off anyways, so I should be tearing it out. I probably should have tore it out anyways. Ooh, like my new nails. I got New Year's Eve nails. They're so sparkly. So I'm probably going to end up tearing this out, and before I keep going. So I did get the full kit, like I said, came in here. And then these are the colors. See, I don't know, guys. I don't know if it's, because it's supposed to, let's take a look since we're here, and this is my floss tube, and this is just who I am as a person. So here's the issue. I can't tell. I think that's the biggest issue. So these are the two colors, right? That I am. So this is the lighter color. This is the more blue color. But see, this one looks like it's been used as well. So honestly, now that I'm looking at it, I have the floss out and I'm really taking a look at it in this lighting. I think I did it right. I think it's just in this lighting, this lighter blue, or not in this lighting, just in general. Let's see if I can do this. This lighter blue reads very similar once it's stranded. But with this lighting, I can definitely see a difference. So I think it's right. I still might have to tear it off though, because I think the counting's wrong. So that's fun. But this is the color palette. It's really pretty. This fabric is also very pretty. You can't really tell, but there's a lot of blue. Let's see if I do it this way. There's a lot of blue on this end. No, you can't tell. There's blue in here too. It's really pretty. It's like a neutral, you can kind of see it. But it's gonna look really pretty when it's done. It also came with beads, which I think I put in my little thing, that I'm going to use. Probably gonna give the fish some bubbles, and I'm probably gonna put it around this swan to kind of give it some texture as far as like water goes. I think that'll be really cool. Oh yeah, so that's WIP number 4, whatever this number says. I think it's number 4. Yeah, that one I started March 10th, 2024. So this one I started on March 10th, 2024. So this is not a year old yet. So far, the only one that's over a year old is my Modern Tidings. All right. The next one is Witches and Demons Woodcut. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. The next one is Witches and Demons Woodcut by Night Spirit Studios. And this is the woodcut that it's based on. So this is kind of the vibe that it's going to look like when it's done. I am doing this 2/2 on 36 count ale linen. I started this on June 11th, 2023. So this one's over a year old. And then this is where it was at the end of last year's, at the end of last year, this is where it was. There wasn't a whole lot done. I mean, there's still not a whole lot done, but I've gotten more done since then. This is where I'm at now. I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue stitching on this. Just because I wasn't really feeling like picking it up and all of that. So because I don't think I had any of this body. I think it was just this. You will know better than I do because you'll have seen the picture where I was. So what I did is I decided to work on this demon. It's a little demon butt. To work on this demon and kind of get a feel of if I want to continue stitching on it or not. And I think I do. I think I'm going to work on the inner circle on the people dancing. Work on this. And then I'll go back to the outline because that border is just really freaking boring to stitch. I mean, it gives it a cool effect once it's done, but it's not fun to stitch. So I'm going to continue working on the little demon guys and then see where I go from there. And that is WIP number 5. Okay, next one is going to be Move Forward in Love. I'm sure you guys have seen this. I mean, all over the interwebs. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's by Modern Folk Embroidery. And this is where I was at the end of last year. Right here. And this is where I'm at now. And I think I finally have decided what I'm going to do about these words. Because that's my big thing. That's why I was struggling so hard. I'm going to tear them out. And I'm going to stitch them in gray. Just makes it easier. I'm probably do like a DMC 02 or DMC 03. Like a light gray, almost white kind of situation. But dark enough to where you'll be able to have it, you'll get more contrast in that yellow. So this center motif is not done completely. I still need to fill in the little doohickeys around the medallion. So I've kind of changed this a little bit to reflect me a little bit more. I am going to do all of these in the bi flag colors because I am a bisexual woman. And so I wanted to personalize this a little bit. So all of these medallions are going to be in the blue, purple, and pink. So yeah, we're getting there. I am doing this 2/2 on, where is it? There's 2/2 on a 32 count lavender Lugana. And this is one of my oldest WIPs. I started this December 20th, 2022. So this one is over 2 years old. This is on my list of things to get done in the next year. Like I said, I'll kind of go over all of that when I'm done with the WIP frame. But yeah, so that's WIP number 6, I think. So yeah, 2/2 full cross with the DMC, as like all DMC it's called for, except for that white in the writing. I'm going to do probably 0203. The next WIP is going to be Garden Glass by Carolyn Manning. So this is what the pattern looks like. I could pull out my tablet and just show you a picture of it, but I don't like dealing with that screen to screen recording situation. I feel like it's just a pain in the ass. So this is what it looks like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like. And this is what it looked like end of last year. I don't think I stitched on this at all this year. Don't remember. I've still got hanging threads, which tells me I did not. Because I would have stitched this. This says I finished up an hour because at the end of last year I was touching everything for at least an hour. This tells me that I finished my hour and just stopped. I do love this piece. This is where I'm at. I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same spot as it was at the end of last year. Why is my light feel? There we go. I do really love it. I do think it's going to be gorgeous when it's done. But let me get my eyes out of there. I just haven't pulled it out. And I don't know if I'm going to pull it out more this year. But it's staying in the WIP pile just because I do really like it. I do think it's really pretty. And I am doing this on a 40 count milk and honey, 40 count milk and honey linen by Fiber on a Whim. I started this for Manning May 2 years ago, or not this year, but the year before. So I started this May 4th, 2023. That's where I'm at. And so far, I can't give you stitches because this is, so far I have done 1,047 stitches, which is about 4% done. Move forward in love, since I forgot that I could do this. I have 3,561 stitches, which is 39.5% done. So like I said, that one's on my list to finish this year. This one is not at like 4% or whatever I said I was at. Yeah, 4%. This is not on my want to finish this year list, but it's beautiful. I mean, look at these colors. Let me pull them out. I don't think they're all on here still because I think I've pulled stuff off of here for other things, but it really is pretty. Look at that. On the material. Yeah, so good. So good, so good, so good. Don't remember what this is. I've already lost track, so numbers there. The next one is going to be Thistle Crown, another one of my oldest WIPs. This one I don't have this is a paper pattern. So this is Thistle Crown. It's by Ink Circles. It's absolutely freaking gorgeous. I really, really love this pattern. This is one of my favorite color palettes. I think I say that every time I show this piece. One of my favorite color palettes. I really, really do think if I ever get married again, which it probably won't, that this will be my color palette. So this is where I was at the end of last year when I was working on it. I don't know if I've done any since then. But I started this piece on April 7th, 2023. So I guess it's not, I thought it was 2022. I thought it was older than that. And this is where I'm at now. I'm doing this on 40 count vintage 40 count vintage country mocha linen. It's very pretty. And I'm doing it with the Gloriana silk. The only difference I am doing is I am not doing, so it calls for avocado. The lighter green in here is supposed to be avocado, but I thought that was a little too, they didn't have it when I was buying it because they were low on Gloriana at the time. And I was talking to Janine about it, and she even said that she feels like the avocado that was on there was a little bright for the color palette. So we decided to go with iguana instead, which is this one. It's a little bit darker, a little bit cooler, and it goes really, really well with the rest of them. It definitely gives it more of the vibe that I want. It's absolutely beautiful. And yeah, so that is this little crown. Just to kind of give you a better look. It's so pretty, guys. I really want to work on this again. As I say with it, I love all my WIPs, the vast majority of my WIPs still, which is good, which means that when I get back to stitching them, I will love them. Just a matter of getting back to stitching them. All right. This number is bloop. So yeah, April 7th, 2023 is when I started that one. So the next one is Namari Tapestry. That one is just barely over a year old. This is what it's going to look like when it's finished. This is Jacob's piece that's based on The Lord of the Rings. I originally started this. Did I just say that December 24th, 2024 is almost a year ago? No, that was like 3 days ago. I originally started this in May. And this is what it looked like at the end of the year last year. And I hated it. I hated the way it was looking. I didn't want to stitch on it because every time I look at it, I cringed. It was messy. It was weird. I wasn't loving it. So I made the courageous decision to restart. And so what I'm doing now is it was originally on 36 count haunted linen, which is a darker linen that is, I put away. And I was doing it 2/2, 36 count, 2/2 full cross with Serendipity by Forbidden Fiber Co. I'm still using the same floss because I love this color. And I bought a shit ton of it. So I'm still using the same floss, but I am now doing it on Dusk by Fiber on a Whim. And I'm doing it 1/2. So a single strand of floss over 2. And I kind of have decided that I prefer, I've been stitching a lot of very small, on smaller count or higher count. We literally do this every time. Smaller squares, smaller X's, smaller count fabric. And I've gotten so used to stitching with a single strand that stitching with 2 strands on anything smaller now than like a 32 count, obviously. So I used to like the puffy stitch look on a 36 count. And I still do sometimes, but when it's a light floss on a dark material, it has a tendency to look messy. So I restarted this, and now I am doing it 1/2, 36 count linen. And I'm much happier. I also started top right which is my favorite place to start. I had originally started it, let me just go get it. Hold on. I didn't iron this because I didn't expect to be showing it, but this is where I was at with the other one. And it wasn't terrible, and it felt like right here, that really, like the way these stitches looks just really bothered me. It felt really messy, and I couldn't handle it. The material is really pretty, so I'm not getting rid of it. I'm not just going to dump this. This is in my drawer full of things that need to be picked out of it, like ripped out eventually, because it's a beautiful piece of fabric. But I started in the middle on this one, and I was doing 2/2, and I just didn't love it. You see that the colors are very similar. This one's just a little bit lighter, which I kind of like. So yeah, this is where I'm at. Dusk, 36 count dusk linen by Fiber on a Whim, and this is Serendipity by Forbidden Fiber Co. And I am doing 1/2. And I'm much, much happier with how this is looking. All right. That is WIP number boop. The next one, I know for a fact that I haven't done any stitching on this since I showed it to you last year, is my restart of Haunted Library. Let me find that bad boy on here. So I restarted Haunted Library. Let's see. August 9th, 2023, I want to say. Yeah. And so this is what Haunted Library looks like if you don't know where you've been, but this is what it looks like this is what it'll look like when it's done. This is what it looked like when at the end of last year, and surprise, it looks exactly the same. I did dye this material myself. This is just a one-of-a-kind dye that I did specifically for this. It's a lot warmer in person than it's pulling on camera, but it's fine. I am paranoid. So I know that originally this was a 32 count Lugana that I dyed myself, but I went through and I counted this because I couldn't remember what size it was, and I'm paranoid that it's not going to fit, and it is now closer to a 36 count Lugana because I counted the little boxes within an inch, so it should fit. I'm still real paranoid. We'll see what happens, but it's in the exact same spot as it was last year, and I don't even care. But I know for sure that I do want to finish this one. And that's WIP number boop. No idea. So the next one is Funky Peacock by Marumi Designs. Which is going to look like this when it's finished. I'm almost done with this one. Let's see, I started this one May 4th of this last year, and it says I'm exactly 50% done. So, I mean, maybe. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So this is another one-of-a-kind colorways dyed by me. And I am doing this with Threadworks. I can't remember what colorway it is. I bought it at Stitch North. I got a big one. This is the colorway, whatever colorway this is. I don't remember which one it is, but it's really pretty. So it's funky peacock. It's all right. Peacock colors, get it? Haha, makes sense. I started this year. So there is no, this is what it looked like the end of last year. This is where I'm at with this guy. So this peacock's done. And this is the full height. I just need to finish the border and then it'll be done. This is also on my finish this year list. I know I keep saying I'll talk about that when I'm done, but I will, I promise. Yeah, so this is Funky Peacock by Marimi Designs. I did this for Marimi May this last year, and it was a lot of fun. I think Nati and I were both stitching this. I don't know if she ever finished hers or not. But yeah, that one should be done by the end of next year. That's the plan. All right, the next one is, and that is its WIP number, whatever that says. The next one is November Quaker. So this is my birthday start, stupid mouse, last year. This is November Quaker by Needle Art, From the Heart. Yeah. Very cute. I am doing this on 40 count white linen, just a plain white Zweigart linen. This is what it looked like at the end of last year. And this is, gonna be honest, I don't think I've done much. This is where I'm at now. So this color here is done. The green is almost done. And then I have this color to finish, right? So there's only 3 colors in this. Yeah. So yeah, the green's almost done, and then I have this color here to finish. This is also on my list of finish by the end of next year. Obviously it's a paper pattern, so I don't have this is how many things I've gotten done. I feel like okay, I felt like my lens was getting weird. So yeah, this is where I'm at. This one will be done by the end of next year. And that is WIP number that. All right. The next one is Nevermore by Leila's Studio. I love this pattern, you guys. I am quite obsessed with this pattern. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's absolutely gorgeous. I also love Edgar Allan Poe. So that's what it's going to look like when it's done. I went ham on this pattern for a while this year. This is what it looked like at the end of last year. Okay. Are you ready? 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 I don't think you're ready, so I'm going to give you some stats first. I started this one July 24th, 2023. So I've been working on it for about 1.5 years. And you ready? It is 32 count. It's on 32 count ledger by Bestitch Me. And this is where it's at. I'm excited about this one. So I was worried that I wasn't going to have enough space. So that's the full length. So I'll have enough space. That margin at the bottom though, should have started a little bit higher, but it's fine. I'll have enough space. I'll probably end up finishing this myself if I ever finish it, because I don't ever finish anything. This is where I'm at. I'm doing this with the Forbidden Fiber Co. conversion. which is absolutely gorge. Because the original, I don't remember. I don't remember if it had like floss that I don't stitch with, or if I just was like, whatever, I'll kit it up later. And then I saw that they had a Ribbon Fiber Co. one, and I was like, I need it. But yeah, it's really pretty. Anyways, so I'm hoping to have a big finish of this one this year, because this is on my list of things to get done this year as well. Okay. I'm trying to put things, kind of put things away as I go, so that it's not quite as much of a shithole up here when I'm done. Because I really am trying to keep my craft room clean now that I have a spot to put all of my my WIPs and stuff. Because that was my issue before. That's why it was always such a mess. I mean, it's a mess up here. I was going through a tote that had yarn in it because I have been bit by the knitting bug thanks to Knitting Nurse Jasmine. I've watched all of her Vlogmas and Flossmas, whatever she called it. And now I really want to like knit again. And I pulled out my blanket that I was knitting. I'll show it to you at the end. That'll be its own special little WIP. And I realized that the reason I stopped knitting on it is because of an issue. I'll go over that when I show you that WIP at the end. So the next one is Enchanted Quaker, which I started this year. I got this in the Kitted Up swap that we did with Michelle Bendy Stitchy. I can't remember who hosted it specifically, but it was really cool. It was at the beginning of the year. I can't remember when I started this. I want to say maybe September. I don't remember. I didn't write it down. Don't think I documented it at all. But this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I am doing this. Oh, lordy, on 36 count prehistoric linen by Fox and Rabbit. And then the floss that was sent to me to go with this is Threadworks number, if I can figure out how to open this bag, 11214, which is, oh, you can kind of see it. It's kind of got like that gray or browny, purpley kind of variegation. It's really pretty. Yeah, you can really see it in this light. Nice. It's really pretty. You guys want to see my roaring start? I got so much done. See? That's where I'm at. That's my start. Not too crazy, but it's okay. It's okay. I tend to forget about this one. I think possibly just because there's not very much done on it. But I'm excited. I think I might add beads to this just for shits and gigs. But it's really cool. And that's WIP number however many. Next is, this is what I was working on last night. This is my Moon Phase Bell Pull by Tiny Modernist. I don't know why I forgot that. And I am doing this on fabric specifically dyed for this project, for this group sal that I'm doing. So this is what it'll look like when it's done. It's very, very pretty. I absolutely love it. I have a thing for moon phases, like the moon phases. That's like a vibe of mine. I've got a moon and tree situation tattooed on the back of my leg. But this material was dyed specifically for this by Kaylee Tent Stitch from the Sewing Shop, and it's called Aurora, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So mine's a 40 count. Don't judge me for the fact that I started this way off center. This is where I'm at. I'm doing it 40 count 1/2. And I have, I started this November. I don't remember. I don't remember the exact date I started this, so I'm saying November 1st. It's right around there. So far, I have done 1,133 stitches, and I am about 15% done. I'm hoping to really get a lot done before the end of the year on this, just kind of, because I would like to see this come to a finish. I am gonna do it as a bell pull, so it'll be fine. The fact that you can't, that I started it off center. Don't judge me. It's so pretty though. And that is WIP number. Oh wait. The next one is my Bella Filipina. This is, I'm doing Bellatrix, which is this one. I am wanting though to give her more of a Middle Eastern coloring. I don't know why, but she screams Cleopatra to me, like that kind of coloring. So if anybody has any good Middle Eastern like skin conversions, let a girl know, because that would be fantastic. And this, I'm doing this mostly with the called for. Ooh, y'all, told you the last time I was stitched on this. I have been looking for this for months, like literal months. I was like, it's gone forever. I just thought it was gone forever. It was in my Bellatrix bag, guys. What is wrong with me? Okay, so here's the earth. Around pretty sweet earth, you might say. Sorry. Elder millennial tick when it comes to that. So I couldn't find which color was it? It was the Karen Water Lily. So Royal Jewels Karen Water Lilies was sold out forever. I think it's still sold out at Acorns. So I decided to get Royal Plum instead. It's not as vibrant. It's not as rainbow vibrant as the Royal Jewels is, but I actually like it better. I feel like it gives a much better, I don't know, I just like it better for this coloring of this material. I also am doing mostly treasure braid instead of Krynic because I'm not a huge fan of Krynic. So I'm mostly doing treasure braid. I am doing a single Krynic because, so this was the original treasure braid that I got to replace the Krynic, to replace this one. And honestly, like from here, they read the same. But this one's actually red, white, and blue. And I thought it would work, but it doesn't. Not for this purple. So I ended up having to buy the Krynic for that. But it's fine. It's a single Krynic. It's whatever. I'll survive. So this is where I'm at on that. So this is what it looked like at the end of last year. Because I started this March 24th, 2024. So I didn't, no, I guess I didn't work on it last year because I didn't have it last year. Yeah, no, ignore that because there was nothing that was going to be there because I'm a dork. So I started this March 24th, 2024, and I am doing this on a 32 count Lugana, one-of-a-kind dye by me. So this is what the full material looks like. It's very just grungy looking. I really like the way it turned out. I don't even remember exactly how I dyed it, but it's fine. And that's why it's a one-of-a-kind. Kind of just kept dyeing it, I think. This is where I'm at so far. Just have that top corner done. but I do have everything in this top corner done except for the beads because I don't have the beads yet. So I'm just going to work on the stitching first. I'm not going to do any beading until the very end. Just going to do the stitching first. Yeah, that's where we're at on that. I really want to get more stitched on this because I really do love this pattern. I will think I'd be stitching on this a little more this year, especially with all of the ridiculousness that's going on in this world, if you know what I mean. Why is it doing that? I don't know what the fuck my phone is doing. Knock it off. Knock it off. So I will be working on this. I think Michelle Benny Stitchy was talking about starting her Bella Filipina Hollyberry, Dylan Mulvaney style Hollyberry Pixie by Bella Filipina. So I'll probably be working on this one. She works on hers. Yeah. That's where we're at. This top little corner on here. Okay. Next. This is also in my peach bag by Kaylee Tent Stitch from the sewing shop, because as most of you know, I am a bodybuilder, and peaches always in the bodybuilding world always represents nice glutes. And so when I saw the peach one, it was an immediate like, I need it, had to buy it. I think I bought this at Stitch North, but I saw it and I was like, that's mine, and I love it. It's even got a little peach zipper pull. Okay. So the next one is what I like to call my my competition piece. So I work on this one when my kids have like cheerleading competitions. So I don't have, it's a stamped kit because it's an 11 count Ada stamped kit, so it's super easy to do when I'm sitting in the bleachers at competitions. So that's why I usually will just bring this one, because it's easy. I don't have to worry about my tablet, I don't have to worry about a pattern, all I have to worry about is my floss, my needle, and the material, and it's stiff enough that I can stitch it in hands. So this is where it was at the end of last year. I think I had just started working on the blue on the left hand side, and this is where it's at now. I've gotten a lot of this blue done all the way through here, so I'm trying to finish this blue before I move on to another color. So I'm like right in here is where I'm working on the blue right now. This is what it looks like so far. All the black, so all of the black is done. The entire top half is done. So every color you see except for the dark blue is finished. So I'm kind of just working to the middle as I go. So yeah, that's what that one looks like. My competition piece, and this is WIP number ding ding ding. All right. Then, stats. You probably want stats. I mean, maybe you don't. I don't know. So Moon and Star. I call that one Moon and Trees, just for obvious reasons. I just bought that. It's just a kit I bought on Amazon, a set of kits. So that is, let's see. That is my oldest WIP. Is the Moon and Stars. This one. This is my oldest WIP. I started this September 29th, 2022. So this is how I got back into stitching. I started here. I think I started Haunted Library around that time as well. fact, I know I did, but I've since restarted that, so that no longer counts as my oldest WIP. So this is my oldest WIP, September 29th, 2022. I don't know if I'll get it finished this year, and I honestly don't care if I get it finished this year. Like I said, this is my competition stitching. Something that's easy to stitch in the bleachers. The next one is Got the Morbs. I can find it. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. It is called Got the Morbs by Modern Folk Embroidery. This one was really popular when it came out. I think everyone was working at this on Pinterest at Pinterest 2 years ago. And this is what it looked like at the end of last year. At the end of last year, this is where I was at. I know I've worked on it some since then. Yeah. Had to figure out which side was up, which, I mean, it shouldn't have been that hard. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. How much I've gotten done. Definitely need to work on this more. So I started this one September 16th, 2023. And I have 870 stitches. I'm 870 stitches in on this. And that means I am 22.2% done. Not terrible. Almost a quarter of the way done. Nice to finish, but I don't know if that's on the plans this year. Can't remember. Yeah. Okay. Right, this bag is, oh, whatever, it's fine. Let it away. The next, that's got the orange. Oh my, as I'm losing it. That is WIP number, ding, ding, ding. The next one is one of my newest WIPs. This is Van Gogh Never Saw Gallifrey, charted by Unconventional Cross Stitch. I'm not sure who did the actual artwork. I don't know if it was Unconventional Cross Stitch that did the actual artwork, or if they licensed it and then charted it, because I know they are very good about licensing before they chart stuff. I started this one November 4th, 2024, and I have done, so it's a full coverage. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done. Probably just show you that. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's Van Gogh, and the TARDIS, and as a Whovian, the Van Gogh episode is probably top 5. And every time I see it, I cry. So having a piece that's both Doctor Who and Starry Night is really special to me. So this piece is 40,000 stitches total. So far I have done 1,143 stitches, and that means I'm 2.9% done. And this is where I'm at. So this is about halfway. So the dots are about halfway, half the width and half the height. So it's not going to be very big. It's a small one. And I think I was able to do this in like 3 stitching sessions to get that much done. So this is 28 count Lugana 1/1 full cross. I don't do 10 stitch. It confuses the hell out of my brain. You can't really see the color definition because my lighting in here is just, it's not great. I feel like it's getting worse, even though it's been dark literally the entire time, but it's fine. So that's where I'm at on that one. And I am really, really loving it. What the hell is on my material? There's a goober on my material. It's fine. It'll wash out. Yeah, so that is WIP number. It's a mystery to all of us. And this, I keep this one in my Exploding TARDIS project bag that I made myself with material I happened to have in stash, and I had just enough to lay it out just right to get a full Exploding TARDIS motif on the back. I really, really, really love this bag. It's one of the first bags that I made. It's very, very pretty. I love it. All right. Next is my woodland hedgehog ornament. It's gonna look like this when it's done. It is by Just Another Button Company. Super, super cute. I actually got this at Acorns from a stash that had been donated after someone had passed. This whole kit was in the stash, and so I adopted it, and I have been working on it. I may have worked on it since last year. This is where it was at the end of last year. I think I've worked on it, just a tiny bit. It is on perforated paper. This is where I'm at now. He looks a little weird because I don't have his eyes filled in. I really should just fill in the eyes, make him less creepy. Yeah, this is also on my list of things to finish this year. I mean, it shouldn't be hard. It really shouldn't be hard. I just need to do it. And it already has the buttons and all of that. It came with all of it. So I've got everything I need. I just need to do it. So that is on my list of things to finish this year. And that is WIP number... This is another little Kaylee tent stitch bag. This one's cute and tiny. Got that at Stitch North as well. That one, for stats for that one, you tell I'm not used to doing actual stats. But I am trying to be on top of things this time. Let's see if I can. I started that one November 2nd, 2023. So end of last year. Yeah. And I will be right back. I need to go get the charger for my computer. Okay, so apparently go get the charger for my computer turned into put fish in the sink to defrost and go pick up my child from their friend's house. That's whatever. Okay, let's get back to it. Where was I? Okay, let's start here. The next WIP is Salem Remembered. And I started this one on August 12th, 2023. This was my very first piece that I did 1/1 on. And I messed up so many times starting this. Like I started in the wrong spot, and then this, and then blah, and that. And so I finally got going on it. And I dyed this material myself. It's another one of a kind. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. It is Salem Remembered by the Witchy Stitcher. And This is what it looked like at the end of last year. I don't know if I've added anything to it since then. I don't think I have, but I feel like my camera got all messed up, you guys. No, maybe that's fine. This is where I'm at. So this is the material. I dyed this myself. It's the 32 count Lugana. The base is actually an antique white, not an actual white, so it's got a little bit of a different undertone. This is where I'm at so far. This is also on my list of WIPs to finish this year. I have done 914 stitches in this, and I am 15.4% done. So I've got about 5,000 stitches left to put into this, which I can do easily if I just focus on it. But this is where I'm at. I'm really trying to, so this is the full width of the project. So it's going to be little, but I'm really excited about it. Yeah, we'll see if I can get that done. And that is WIP number, all right. Next WIP is my Gen 1 Pokemon. This, I think, is the only one I actually left in the hoop, just because I really did not feel like taking it out because it's just so much material. Apparently I've got an entire strand of floss that I cut. Don't even know what color it is. Whatever. So Gen 1 Pokemon looks like this. I'm sure you've all seen it. I started this one January. This is the extended Epic Gen 1 Pokemon by Lord Libidin. I am doing it on an 18 count easy grid Ada, and I started it January 15th, 2023. So this is what it looked like at the end of last year. Not sure if I've stitched more since then. I really should not keep these on here. These are really tight and they're fucking up my fabric. Are these? Yeah, okay, cool. So whatever color I was stitching with last is the color that is on here. The full strand is on. So that's where I was at the end of last year. This is where I'm at now. Got sweet baby Bulbasaur and his little twofers. You can now see all of them. Charmander is almost fully done, and Charizard is coming along. But I haven't worked on this in a while. I would like to put some progress into it. And I'm not doing the background at all, so there will be some open spots in here. Not many. There are some, like I think right here, I think that's background color, and I just tossed it in there just because it's not a very big spot. But any of the big spots, I'm just gonna leave open. I think this will be one too. But I want to get some work put into this year, just because I have done 7,132 stitches out of 141,726 stitches, and this is only 5%. So I am doing this 2 strands, full cross, 18 count Ada. I just want to get some of this done. I want to see more progress on this. I would really like to, I think I'm doing it in diagonals, you can kind of tell, but I'm also traveling. So I'm kind of, that makes sense. Because I don't want any hard lines. So the top of this, I think the first page, I think I finished a full page. I think the full page is here, something like that, and then like here. So I've basically finished this first full page. So I'm working in diagonals, but also using the floss color I have and finishing it as best as I can, kind of working out, pin out this way. But yeah, that's WIP number however many. I love my little Bulbasaur. He's so cute. All right. So far, I have not seen any WIPs that I'm like, I don't think I want to stitch on this anymore. So that's good news. Good news, good news. All right, so the next one is called Bitch, I Love You. I'm stitching this for my best friend that lives in Germany. I haven't seen her since we left Germany because she lives in Germany. But I really want to get this finished and sent to her. I started this one. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's on a full color conversion. It is all jewel tones now. And I'm also doing it all in a toile. So my floss ring is a hot mess, so don't judge me because it's a toile. But this is the color palette. It's very sparkly. Very sparkly. Look at that sparkle. So I'm doing it all in a toile, all in jewel tones. I'm not doing it in the colorway, original colorway. And I started this July 30th, 2023. This is what it looked like end of last year. And I am doing it on a 32 count golden sand linen by from Starlight Alchemy. And this is where I'm at. I think it's exactly in the same spot as it was last year. You can kind of see those sparkles. This is also on my list of things to get finished this year. I really think I should be able to. I have done 928 stitches out of 2,641, which means I have just over 1,700 stitches left, and I'm at 35%, plus some back stitching. So this really shouldn't be hard to finish at all. I just need to get it done. So yeah, WIP number, however many. I think I will be using like a single flat matte floss for the center of those flowers. Can't remember what the plan was for that. The next one is called Sassy Cat, I want to say. Yeah, Sassy Cat. And it is by Romy's Creations, and it's going to look like this when it's done. I did do a color conversion. I just did a floss dive for this and kind of did what I wanted to do. I don't think I've worked on this at all this year. This is where it was at the end of last year. I don't have these on a floss ring, so I'm not going to pull them out at all. But it's whatever. And this is where I'm at now. Like I said, I think it's exactly the same place as it was at the end of last year. I don't know how many stitches I've done because it is in, it's a paper pattern. But I started this October 1st, 2023, and I'm stitching it on 32 count Thornfield linen from Needle and Flax. It's very pretty. I don't know. This is the first one I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't really want to stitch that giant ass pumpkin. So I might just stitch the cat. Might just stitch this cat. I'm trying to see. Might just stitch the cat instead of the whole thing, which is fine. I don't really want to do the pumpkin, so I'm probably just going to stitch the cat, which is fine. And the kitty is like 3 colors. Just makes it easy. Oh. So for his shirt, I'm using Golden Hour, which is a Fangirl Fiber Silk. I think, I don't know, maybe. And then black for his body, obviously. can't remember. I can't remember what my conversion was. It's kind of just... What's my thing? This. I was gonna put it. I think I was gonna use this for the dots on his shirt. But I don't know. That feels a little aggressive. What do we think? Yes? No? Fuck it. I'm gonna try it and see how it turns out. Kind of figure it out and go from there. Orange. Weird. I don't know what's happening. And then Black Magic from Forbidden Fiber because the black I'm using, so it's not like a flat back, a flat black. Y'all, some of these colors, I'm like, why are you even in here? I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know what's happening, you guys. But yeah, I think I'm only gonna do the cat. Don't think I'm gonna do the pumpkin. And that is WIP number. Next one is my necessity. This one was a new start this year. I started this at Stitch North. So my necessity, this is what the pattern looks like. It is by Shaded Stitchery. Absolutely gorgeous pattern. I, however, decided I wanted to do this tiny because I was sitting with Nati and Kaylee at Stitch North at our table, and they're the queens of tiny stitching. And I decided I wanted to stitch my necessity. And I also decided, why not? I'll stitch a tiny. And then I had this beautiful fabric that I got at Stitch North that I didn't know what I was going to use on it, but it was beautiful. So I decided to start on that one. So this is where I'm at so far. The colors are kind of, you can kind of see them, but they're kind of muted. I am using, what am I using? Tudor Silk from Gloriana. And Nati just is like, here's my stash, use whatever you need, because she's amazing. Ouch. And I still have all her freaking Tudor Silk. But it's fine. I see her semi-regularly. So this is where I'm at. This is on, this colorway didn't have a name. It was just, the tag just said 106. But it's a 40 count Verdal hand dyed by Rolanda. I started April 26th, 2024. And I have 906 stitches done on it, and I am 15.2% finished. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to bring this to Stitch North with me again this year and try and finish it while I'm there. That might be my goal. So that would be cool, like full circle. Start it there and then finish it in, like, at Stitch North. That'd be really cool. So I think that's my goal. Random goal, random plan. Bring it to Stitch North with me, finish it while I'm there. That is WIP number however many. I also got this little thread bed situation at Stitch North. Because it's so tiny, I just keep the whole project in here. And it's got like a little spot for scissors and for needles, and it's also got a magnet in here, my tiny little needle minder, my needle magnet, and then it's got the felt for like the threads. It's really cool. And it's a really cute material. It's got elephants on it. But I keep this in another tiny bag that I got from Kaylee 10 Stitch, also at Stitch North. So that was all of Nati's Tudor Silks in here. I keep this in here just because that way they're all together. Okay, Next is Vanity Sampler. So I am doing so this is Vanity Sampler by Hello from Liz Matthews. This is Vanity Sampler. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's really popular when it was released. I am doing the Victorian Goth conversion that's by Canvas Stitcher, and I am doing this on, where is it? I'm doing this on 36 count espresso linen from Fiber on a Whim, and I started this May 28th, 2023. So this is where it was at the end of last year. I don't know how much more I've put in on this. I don't think it's a whole lot, but I think I have put in some. This is where I'm at now. I really want to put some more work in this. I'm glad I picked a darker fabric because the fabric that Cam used is lighter than mine. It looks amazing, but you can't really see the lighter colors. You have a hard time seeing the lighter colors on her fabric. So I'm glad I picked a darker one because it shows up really well. It really pops on here, but it's not too dark. So I'm really happy with where I want to get some work done on this year, but this is not on my list of things to get done this year. So if I don't get more work on it, I'm not going to be mad about it, because there are things that I would actually like to get finished this year. This is that sounded like a needle. Well. Oh well. The conversion. Sorry, it's a mess, but it's fine. Lots of mauves and browns and grays and pinks and teals. Really pretty. Really, really pretty. I kind of wish that I had bought wish I had waited and bought the digital version of this pattern, but it's fine. That is WIP number, whatever. The next one is Rolodex Sampler by Bendy Stitchy. Sorry. Where is it? There, right there. Okay, so the next one is Rolodex Sampler by Bendy Stitchy. I started this on, I can't remember what the hashtag was, but we were kind of like featuring and starting Michelle's projects for her birthday this year. And I started 3. One of them was Rolodex Sampler. And so I started this March 10th, 2024. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I am doing it on a 40 count heather linen by Fiber on a Whim. Oh. And I believe I am doing it in all the called for. I can't remember. I bought the digital pattern. I might have had to substitute. I might have had to substitute 1 or 2. Apparently I have 2 things of English Ivy. Girl, get your life together. So I think I might have to substitute something for a floss that Michelle used to use and design with, but no longer does, and I don't use it either. So whatever. This is where I'm at. I don't have a whole lot done, obviously. But I really do like this pattern. It's another one that I would love to stitch on. but it's not a top priority right now because I have other things I want to get done first. So I started this, like I said, March 10th, 2024. I have done 301 stitches and I am at 3.4%. This is dusk. Not dusk, heather. Another, like, this is like my favorite color, purple. This heathery gray purple. Very pretty. And that is WIP number. We're getting there, you guys. We're getting there. All right. The next one is the Ever After Sal from Forbidden Fiber Co. So I started this April 19th, 2024. And the goal was to keep up on this because it wasn't really like it was going to be that big, but the frame just, it was a whole situation. So this is what the sal is now over. So this is what the finished sal looked like. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I am stitching this on the 18 count Ada version of the material that came with it. This material, the colorway is called Ever After. I'm going to hold it up this way. It's not showing quite, it's showing a little browner. It's picking up more brown than orange. There's more orange in here than it actually, it's a little bit warmer in real life. But, so that's the fabric. It's a really cool fabric. But this is where I'm at so far. I just have like 1.5 frames done. That's it. I brought this with me to Stitch North to stitch on the plane because it was an Ada project and I just never stitched on it. Go figure. But like I said, it is a what's wrong with my freaking needle runners on it? It was a sal, and all of the, apparently I don't have, y'all, this project's a mess. I don't have a floss ring for this. I printed it out for whatever reason. I didn't upload it to my tablet. Like, the fuck? Maybe in case I lost power or something. I don't forget, you guys. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening here, you guys. But sal's not over. I just need to finish it. Not a priority, even though the Forbidden Fiber Co. Ada is so soft. So yeah, I got the full kit from Forbidden Fiber Co. So kit materials, kit fabric, kit floss, all that jazz. The next project is Fairy Square by Carolyn Manning. I am doing this as a round robin. And so I am just doing this bottom section, this bottom part. So I'm doing this side of the square. So the house is everything that's attached to this side of the square. That's what I'm doing. All that. So this is on a one-of-a-kind fabric that I dyed myself. And I am almost done. So 32 count one-of-a-kind Lugana that I dyed myself. Started this May 3rd and I have 2,314 stitches done, which brings the project as a whole to 16.2%. I don't know exactly how they count, stitch count wise, each side of the square breaks down. I don't know if mine has more or less than some of the others. It is what it is, but I don't know why I chose this side. I don't know, but so I am almost done with the actual stitching. I have I'm done with the top part of the stitching. The bottom part, I still have a decent amount left to do down here. And then I haven't decided if I want to do the back stitch now or just wait till it's all done. Like if I want each person to do back stitching or if I want to just wait till it's done and do all the back stitching myself. Haven't decided yet. But this is where I'm at on the X's. It's gonna be really cute when it's done. This is fairy square, but I've definitely decided this looks more like where gnomes would live, if you're asking me. I still need to sew my gnome project bag that I got, the material I got to go with this. Because this just looks like gnome houses, not fairy houses. They're a little too like quirky for fairy houses. They definitely give more gnomes, in my opinion. That is WIP number. Ding, ding, ding. I don't know how many because I stopped counting. Yeah, that is that one. My cats decided to tear the zipper pull off of this bag because I thought it was a toy. So now there's no zipper pull on my bag. Monsters. They're monsters, you guys. Okay. Next one is the bookshop. Flinging floss everywhere. As you can tell, I have yet to really prep this project because all I've freaking done so far is black. More or less. Black and this color. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I really do like this pattern. I think it's going to be gorgeous. It's a lot of fucking black. But it's fine. I have a cone. This is where it was at the end of last year. The end of last year, I'm pretty sure I was still doing 2/110 stitch. And it confused me. 2/110 stitch in general is, I find, very confusing. Especially when all of your colors are so much the same. And I find I have a hard time figuring out what I've actually stitched and what I haven't, and I don't want to end up with holes in my stitching. Like spaces between the stitches. So I have since switched to 1/1 full cross. I am doing this on a 32 count Easy Grid Lugana. So single strand, 1/1 full cross. There is some blue in there. You just can't tell, like even with my eyeballs, like super close, I can barely tell, so it's fine. I know there's some counting mistakes in there too, but again, I can't even fucking tell that there's different colors, so it doesn't matter. So this is where I'm at. I have done, so I started this August 29th, 2023. And so this is where I was at the end of last year. I already showed you. I have done 3,201 stitches on this out of 56 out of 59,625. I'm at 5.4%. I want to say probably 50% of this project is black. Like I don't even think that's an exaggeration. So yeah, at 5.4%. So basically, this project and my Pokemon project are basically at the same percentage. I mean, the Pokemon one's obviously bigger, but still. Oh, my hips are tight, guys. So yeah, and this is WIP number, bloop. I do want to put some work into this. I want to put some work into all my full coverages this year. But again, it's not top priority because I have other things I want to get done. The next one is another one I started for Michelle's. I can't remember if I started it or worked on it for Michelle's birthday. This is Worthy Bird. I think I started it for Michelle's birthday. So this was in the bird box from Mislaid Pages. The 2023 bird box. It's a 2024 bird box. Bird box, yeah. Ordered it in 2023. So this is Worthy Bird by Bendy Stitchy, and this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I am using all the called for materials, everything that came in the bird box. So all the dinky dyes, the fabric. I am using a 32 count Thrive Lugana by Mislaid Pages, which is just absolutely gorgeous. It's much brighter in person, but I love me a Jessie fabric. And this pattern's not very big, so I'm gonna have a shit ton of this left when it's done, which is exciting. So, this is where I'm at. This is also on my list of things to finish this year. It's very pretty. I like the way my wing is turning out. It's really cool. Yeah. And that is WIP number bloop. Yeah, the dinky dyes that it came with are the ones that I'm using. But the dinky dye, like, little tags are the worst. Like, legit the worst. So, they fall apart, y'all. So I had to put one on a ribbon fiber clipping, but these are the colors. Why are these ones so short? Is this one so short? I don't even know. I cut this one weird, I think. I don't know, y'all. I don't freaking know. God, dinky dyes are so soft. Okay. Anyways, moving on to the next one. On to the next one, y'all. On to the next one. Another project bag that I've made. All right. This next one is another one. This is my New Year, New Start from last year. This is the 2024 Modern Folk Embroidery Year-Long Sale. This is No Time Like the Present. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. When I'm done stitching it, which will be in a very, very long time. So I started this originally with a different fabric. I was doing 1/1 on a 32 count, but the floss that I chose was, the strands were too thick. So it's like a thicker silk. It's not like a DMC like type cotton. So I had to restart it. So I am also doing this on one of my own fabrics. This is Summer Storm. This is Summer Storm. This is one of my colorways in my shop. And I am doing this with Mrs. Sada's silk. I bought hanks of each color. Just like basically it was a better deal. I am doing this with Lake and Mountain. These come from the same like line. Lake and Mountain. Very pretty together. And this is where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I don't have a whole lot done. But I did restart, and I am liking it much better on this. This is a 40 count Verdal. So it's still small, but it's not like the 32, 1 over 1/3 on 32 count small. So yeah, I can't remember when I restarted this. So I'm still saying January 1st. So I have 363 stitches out of 35,596 done. I am at 1%. But it's okay, because I'm much happier with this. And I'm not worried about finishing this anytime soon. But yeah, that is WIP number. We're almost done, guys. Only got a couple more. This next one is called I Am No Bird. This is my Jane Eyre piece. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's by Modern Folk Embroidery. I am doing it on a 32 count Thornfield linen, because obviously it's Jane Eyre piece. And it had to be on, like, it's called Thornfield, like, I mean, Olives. It's Olives. This is where I was at the end of last year. I have worked on this since then. Not a whole lot, but I have worked on this since then. This is where I'm at now. This always reminds me like a crab. Not a flower. It's a crab every time I see it. So this is about the size of the piece. I do need to pull out my serger and actually serge this properly. Not pull out my serger. I just need to serge this properly. So it's about the size of the piece. I just need to work on it. Another one that I just need to work on. But yeah, this is WIP number. That you can hear my child running down the stairs. I am doing this with Roxy Floss Co. Chalkboard by Roxy Floss Co. Which is a tonal blue black. You can really see it in the crab, maybe. Maybe not. I can see it in the crab. I know it's not actually a crab, but it looks like a crab, and it's going to be called a crab from here on out. It's my Jane Eyre crab, okay? Don't judge me. That is WIP number. We got 2 more. 2 more. Stitching WIPs. And then I've got some other stuff to say. Okay, the next is... Did I give stats on that one? No. So that was I Am No Bird. I started that May 29th, 2023. I have stitched 457 stitches out of 12,034. I am 3.8% done on that one. Again, not super worried about finishing that one. The next one is Autumn Drum. This is, let me pull out the cover sheet. I don't like doing it in the plastic because then you get the glare from the ring light. So this is an Acorns and Threads exclusive that I'm stitching with Nati. This is what it will look like when it's done. So here's what the top looks like, and then it's Acorns. I am doing this with a full floss, like stash dive floss conversion. And we're doing it 1 over 1. I think it was a stash dive. yeah, it was a stash dive situation. We're doing it 1/1. This is where I was at the end of last year. And I think, if I remember right, I haven't touched it since. This is where I'm at now. My lighting is like, come on, lighting. I don't know what's happening, you guys. This is where I'm at now. Same as I was at the end of last year. I am doing this on, let's find it, shall we? This is Acorns Autumn Drum. I am doing this on 32 count lightly salted, not roasted Lugana from Be Stitch Me. And the whole project will fit on this because it's tiny. I started this September 17th, 2023. Can't really give you a stitch count because it's a paper pattern. But yeah, that's where I'm at. All right, one more WIP to go, you guys. One more WIP to go. All right. Another of the first bags I've made. Just from the tutorial by Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. The last stitching WIP I have is Drama Llama. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I have started and restarted this, and I'm considering restarting it again because I can't get the color right. I think what I'm trying to do, I think I'm trying too hard with these variegated colorways, these variegated floss colorways. I think what I need to do is pick one and then use like a solid for the other one. Because your girl is, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I don't know, you guys. This is where I was at the end of last year. And I don't think I've touched it since then, so I think it's pretty much the same. Like, it looks really cool, but also, like, I don't know. So this was the first time I started it, up here. This is the second time. This is where I'm at now. Like, they're similar, the two different colors, but they're different. My light is being real dumb. So I started this September 5th, 2023, and I dyed, this is another one of a kind colorways by me, not in my shop, anything. This is a 28 count Lugana with a antique white base, so it's a little bit different. The reason I'm not sure if I want to restart it again is I have done 1,191 stitches on this, the second portion, this portion, which has me at 25.4%. I'm over a quarter done with this. So I think I'm just gonna suck it up and finish it in this colorway. I don't know, you guys. I think I need to think about it more. Like, pull it out and really look at it, kind of make a decision. Because it's pretty, I don't know if there's, I don't know. So, yeah, that is WIP number. Ding, 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 ding. That is how many WIPs I have. So I have two that I have not fully UFO'd. I pulled them from my active WIP pile just because I don't know what I'm going to do, for sure what I'm going to do. So The Hoovian Sow that I was working on, I don't know if it's on any of these, still on here? Yeah, so that I was working on last year, 14 count Ada, blah, blah, blah. I didn't really love what it looked like at the end. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to finish the TARDIS. The material is pretty, but I think I'm just going to finish this TARDIS. And I think I'm going to pull, I hate to do it, but I think I'm going to pull out that adipose and what's the beginning of handles. And I think I'm just going to leave the TARDIS as is. And then call it done. Because I don't want to finish the rest of it. It wasn't what I wanted. But it's not in my active WIP pile right now. So that'll happen when it happens. I also took the Greenhouse of Oddities out of my active WIP pile. Because I wasn't working on it, and I've got the Haunted Library that still needs to get finished. So I think I'm going to prioritize Haunted Library over Greenhouse of Oddities. And I haven't worked on this at all this year. So I'll prioritize Haunted Library over Greenhouse of Oddities. And once Haunted Library is done, I can pull this back out. Or if I get a wild hair up my ass at some point and decide I want to stitch on this, I can pull it out. But it's no longer in my active WIP. Like I dekitted it, took it out of the bag, and it lives in a drawer now, for now, because it's no longer part of my active WIP pile. Okay, that is all of my stitching. I am, however, want to show you this knitting WIP that I've been working on for ages. Hold on. Okay, so I'm knitting a blanket. I have been working on this blanket for ages. I can't remember when I started it. I think it was pre-COVID. And I'm over halfway done. And I picked it up and I was knitting on it the other day and it felt really good. I really miss knitting. But I now realize why I set it down and hadn't picked it back up. Well, first let me show it to you. Got it on a fixed, what's it called? Circular needles. So I don't want to lose my stitch. I don't want to drop any stitches. So kind of pull these out. I need to get stitch stoppers. But so this is my blanket. This is going to be really hard, you guys. Okay. So this is the color palette. So this is halfway. Then I'm going to do repeat. And it's long. I'll do a better job later, but it's really warm. I'm working on it for ages. But so what happened was I ran out of this green. And then when I went back to the crafts so I started this in Germany. When I went back to the craft store in Germany, the green was out of stock. And then they never got it back in stock. And then we moved. So I am not sure, and I don't know if they're remaking this color. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish this blanket because I am now out of this green. What I think I need to do is I need to do some Googling, see if I can find somewhere to order it from. That would be the easiest option, depending on shipping, because it's a German brand. Luckily, it's a German, craft store brand. Like it's not, I mean, it's super soft, super nice yarn, but it's not like a hand dyed situation. It's a, whatever, you know what I mean? So I should be able to, like, if they still make it, hopefully I can figure it out. I might have enough to finish this stripe that I'm working on. And that would be ideal if I could finish this stripe and then start the new color. So I won't be starting a new color with like one row left of the stripe. And then, you know what I mean? It'd be easy. It would be better if they had some separation between the two. If I can't find the same floss yarn. But I'll figure it out. I've got 2 more hanks of the purple. I've got gray. I just need one more. I don't know what all I have. It's all over the place in here. Hopefully I have more gray. I think I do. Well, I think it's in this one. But if not, gray is easier to find than this green. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that is why I stopped knitting this blanket, because I ran out. Oh yeah, I think I see a full other hank of the skein of the yarn. Yeah, that's why I am no longer knitting on this right now, because I don't have money for yarn, and I need to do some research. But yeah, okay. So I kept saying how I was going to. This blanket is. But look how pretty this is. Look how pretty this is. It's very pretty. It's gonna be big when it's done. I just need to finish it. So I kept talking about how there was ones that I had decided I was focusing on a finish for next year. So what I am doing next year is something I heard about from Michelle Bendy Stitchy. I wish I was filming this on my computer so I could share my screen, but I'm not. So this is from the Soulful Stitching group, and it is called Year of WIPs. And what you do, I will post a link in the description of my WIP parade to the explanation of how Year of WIPs works. But so I'm doing Year of WIPs 2025. I need to find my album because I can't remember exactly which ones I decided I was going to do. There it is. So the ones I am doing for my Year of WIPs. So you have to choose at least 10 WIPs. And so that's the minimum number. So you choose at least 10 WIPs that you want to work on and work towards finishing at the end of 2025. And to be eligible for the drawing that she does at the end, you need to finish half of the WIPs that you choose to work towards a finish for Year of WIPs. So I have chose my 10. One I have actually already finished. Because I posted my album December 18th because it goes until December 18th of next year. So I wanted to give myself a full year. So that one was Stitch for Pride was my WIP number 1 that I've actually already finished. You guys want to see it? I'll show it to you. I know this is a WIP parade, but this is my first large finish since I started stitching again. Look at it, you guys. How good it is. The lighting in here is not great, but it's fine. I don't even care. So good. So this one's already finished. So 1 of 5 is done. Then I chose the other ones I chose were Move Forward in Love, which I mentioned. My Woodland Hedgehog, which is the one that's on perforated paper. Salem Remembered, which I mentioned that I was going to do. So Salem Remembered, Nevermore, November Quaker, Bitch I Love You, Funky Peacock, Worthy Bird, and I put the Van Gogh Never Saw Gallifrey on there as to kind of like push me towards finishing that one. I don't think I'm going to actually get it finished, but it would be good to kind of give me a reason to work towards finishing that. But the rest of these, I think I could easily finish. So I've already got 1 done. The other 4 that I think would easily be able to finish were the Woodland Hedgehog, November Quaker, Bitch I Love You, and Funky Peacock. And Worthy Bird. I think those are going to be my easiest ones to finish. So, yeah. That's it, guys. I am done. That was my WIP parade. My life is going to slow down a little bit for the next month and a half or so before tax season starts, middle of February. So maybe I can get some more regular floss tubes filmed. I don't know. I'm not going to guarantee anything. My life is too unpredictable. So we'll just, I'm alive. I'm not going to talk about my show. I have had my show, my bodybuilding competition. And all I'm going to say is that I did really well. I did win overall. So I got first for the show of the division I did. So that's super proud. So I'm not competing again until end of next year. So I've got time to worry about that. But so tax season starts in a couple months, middle of February. But yeah, so those are all my WIPs. I have no clue how many ended up being. I know I got some finished and I pulled a handful this year. I have a drawer full of like UFO projects that I haven't decided if I'm going to pick out or just toss. But yeah, I've got other stuff in here still. I've got projects. I'm not going to do like a kit parade or anything, finish parade or anything like that, because I don't have dates on most of the stuff I finished, just because I have been bad about keeping track of stuff. But yeah, it's getting cold up here. So I am going to sign off, and I will hopefully I can get this up in a timely manner. I'm hoping to have it up by Monday. So today is December 27th. It is Friday. I'm hoping to have this up on Monday. I do work all weekend. And then I think I'm working a half day on Monday, but that's fine. The goal is to have this up by Monday. I don't have any other plans this weekend, so I should be able to do it. All right. I love you guys, and thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, click all the buttons if you want to. If you enjoyed listening to me ramble in my chaotic self, that's awesome. If not, well, you're probably not even here still, so who knows? But yeah, I will hopefully see you guys soon. Feel free to catch up with me over on Instagram at Anna's Books and Stitches, same as on here. And I will see you guys later. Have a good one.